Hello friends, and welcome back. Canada's terrain is among the most varied in the world, from towering alpine ranges to sweeping grasslands, boreal forests, and even semi-arid regions. This incredible variety makes it a thriving home for countless wildlife species. But in recent decades, this natural haven has faced a silent invasion. One that's stealthy, adaptable, and alarmingly destructive. We're talking about the super pig. So, why have feral pigs become such a pressing issue in Canada? To understand the scope of the problem, let's start with a few key facts. Feral pigs, also known as wild boars, are not native to North America. They are hybrids, born from crossbreeding Eurasian wild boars with domestic pigs. What makes them especially dangerous is their unmatched adaptability and reproduction speed. Globally, they are considered the most invasive large mammals, and in Canada, their population is exploding. According to Dr. Ryan Brook, a leading researcher at the University of Saskatchewan, wild pig populations in Canada's prairies, particularly in Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, hit record highs in 2024. The rapid spread is raising alarms from local farmers to federal policymakers. Just how fast is this happening? Well, in the 1990s, fewer than a few hundred pigs roamed wild in Canada. Fast forward to 2024, and estimates suggest there are now more than 1.5 million, with sightings confirmed in all 10 provinces and all 3 territories. These so-called super pigs now occupy an area larger than most European countries, over 270,000 square miles. So what's fueling this boom? Several factors make Canada the perfect breeding ground for these animals. First, the land itself. Roughly 40% of the country is covered in forests, ranging from dense conifers to mixed woodlands. Another 14% is composed of flat agricultural plains, ideal for crops and livestock. These provide abundant food, shelter, and space for the pigs to thrive. Second, climate versatility. From frigid winters in the north to temperate zones in the south, these pigs endure it all. Their thick fur, high body fat, and behavioral adaptability mean they can survive where many native species cannot. In the wilds of Canada, two apex predators dominate the food chain: bears and wolves. Wolves are widespread throughout the forests and plains, but curiously, they rarely confront wild boars. Why? Because wild boars are not easy prey. Armed with razor-sharp tusks and a skull built like a battering ram, they're capable of delivering devastating blows. Wolves know this all too well. They understand just how aggressive a cornered boar can become, and they're smart enough to keep their distance. Instead, they focus their efforts on easier targets, like deer and roe deer, creatures far less dangerous, yet abundant across Canada's diverse ecosystems. Bears, too, tend to avoid wild boars, preferring the wide range of other prey the landscape offers. And in this quiet avoidance, a new balance emerges. With no natural predators to keep them in check, wild boar numbers continue to rise, unchecked and ever-growing. Let's talk damage. And it's not minor. Feral pigs are omnivores. They consume roots, tubers, grains, small animals, and even carrion or garbage. They root through soil with powerful snouts, tearing up pastures and agricultural fields in the process. According to Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, these pigs are responsible for more than $1.8 billion in annual crop damages. Fields of wheat, corn, soybeans, and vegetables are being wiped out overnight. Their foraging habits disrupt native plant species, erode topsoil, and contaminate water sources with feces and urine. These behaviors threaten entire ecosystems, from wetlands to woodland edges. And their behavior isn't just destructive, it's dangerous. Wild pigs have been known to act aggressively when cornered, posing risks to humans and pets. Their presence near rural communities is now considered a legitimate public safety concern. So what's being done? Controlling wild pig populations is complex and controversial. Canada has deployed a variety of strategies, each with its strengths and limitations. Let's break them down. Since the early 2000s, night hunting has been widely practiced. Infrared scopes and spotlights are used to detect pigs when they're most active. Hunters in Saskatchewan and Alberta regularly report capturing pigs that weigh over 500 kilograms. Massive animals that symbolize just how out of control the issue has become. However, experts warn that recreational hunting alone is insufficient. It often causes sounders, pig family groups, to scatter, making tracking even harder and spreading the problem to new areas. Additionally, hunting has faced criticism from animal rights groups for ethical concerns. Large corral-style traps and mobile cage traps are increasingly used. These traps can capture entire groups at once and are often monitored with motion-activated cameras. The Judas pig strategy has also been adopted in some regions. In this method, one pig is captured, fitted with a GPS collar, and released to lead trackers back to its group. This has led to the removal of thousands of pigs in a single operation. Still, traps are expensive to build and maintain, and relocation requires significant manpower and planning. That limits their use to higher-risk areas. Some trials have introduced contraceptive-laced bait or species-specific toxins. While promising, these methods remain controversial due to potential effects on non-target species and the environment. No nationwide rollout has yet occurred. Provincial governments like those in Alberta and Manitoba have launched awareness campaigns urging citizens to report pig sightings. Authorities stress that the animals should not be approached, as they can become unpredictable when threatened. Of course, feral pigs aren't the only concern when it comes to invasive or problematic wildlife. Coyotes, for example, are responsible for more than 60% of livestock predation incidents in Canada. In 2023 alone, over 140,000 livestock deaths were linked to coyote attacks, primarily during night hours when animals are vulnerable. To counter this, night hunting and diffused lighting tools have become standard practice. Hunters use remote-triggered weapons and thermal scopes to detect coyotes before they can strike. Foxes are another predator-drawing concern. With an estimated population of 10 million, they're widespread in both urban and rural settings. Foxes frequently target smaller livestock like chickens and lambs, especially under the cover of darkness. Despite hunting efforts, only about 2 to 3% of the fox population is reduced annually, raising concerns about sustainability and long-term effectiveness. So where does Canada go from here? Experts agree that there is no single solution. The feral pig crisis and broader wildlife management issues require a layered approach. This includes continued technological innovation in tracking and trapping research into non-lethal population control, greater coordination between provincial and federal agencies, and most importantly, community involvement in reporting, monitoring, and prevention. Without unified action, the threat posed by invasive species like the super pig will continue to escalate, impacting ecosystems, economies, and rural life across the country. What do you think? Can we outsmart the super pig? Or are we simply outnumbered? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth content on the environmental issues shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and stay informed.